those vultures one day. I'm gonna get
I don't know why it's so important to you.
With this film, we wanted to honor the past, but we also wanted to do something fresh. Part of that is casting.
You're gonna love it here. This place is amazing. I really love The Lion King, so I feel really blessed to be a part of it.
It was just crazy getting such an iconic role. Let's do this. And I was super excited.
John gave JD and I so much freedom to create that great relationship between young Nala and young Simba.
Pinja, you owe me an apology.
Yeah, scene 55. Let's just play around with it.
For an animator, what's incredibly valuable is the performance of the actor. So instead of doing motion capture, we wanted to film the actors performing together as much as possible.
Hakuna Matata.
Hakuna Matata.
Most people get a bigger reaction when we say it okay.
So we got a very human performance at the heart of this very technical film.
It's a lion! Run for your life! Pumbaa!
How much research did I do? I've been living as a meerkat for about 4 years now, but I still kept my phone.
Who is the brains of this operation?
I researched how hyenas and lions actually don't like each other at all.
That's perfect, because I am starving.
If you're asking me whether I lived as a bird for 6 months, no.
Sire, hyenas in the Pride Land.
All I have is this voice, louder or softer.
The cast is just amazing, and we're very excited to have Beyonce as Nala.
Where have you been? And I think it's very important that Mr. James L. Jones came back for the voice of Mufasa.
Remember who you are.
This has been a really incredible experience. I don't think there has been anything made this way before. It's just beautiful.
You see, he lives in you.
It's wonderful to have the tremendous opportunity to bring something fresh and new and different while still maintaining the spirit of the original Lion King.
Hey, Greg Russell here from Movie Show Plus. Enjoying being here at the Foundation Hotel this week. We've been taking the show on the road quite a bit. Now, if you've got a business that you would like us to showcase, just let us know. Get in touch with us via our website right here, movieshowplus.com, and we'll get back with you. And hey, who knows? You might be the next movie star right here on Movie Show Plus.
Life's not fair, is it, my little friend? While some are born to feast, others spend their lives in the dark. Begging for scraps.
I felt that now, here we are, 25 years later, we have the opportunity to explore what new technologies have to offer and the way a new cast could interpret the songs and the roles.
I think that I wanted to capture the spirit of what he did. Nathan and I, you know, there is some natural overlap in Nathan's comedic persona and my own. You know, we're kind of loud, boisterous, larger than life people, and so I wanted to capture some of that. But what was great is that Seth and I got to record together, so we got to improvise a lot and riff a lot and come up with new jokes. I think the majority of the Timon and Pumbaa dialogue in this version is new, to be honest. Not the songs, but the spoken dialogue, and that really helped differentiate the two.
I think for me, with Scar, there's always that thing about power and status that is in all of us, a need for that, a wanting for that, a longing for it, and some of that is important, you know, some of it is important, and most of us can keep a lid on the unhelpful extensions of that, but he can't, and I get it.
The screen opens up on the new Lion King. You're captivated. I am an average theater goer, and I think it's magic. I suspend disbelief, and I'm there. So I wasn't conscious, but I know that when the three of them are going across that moon, I remembered that from the first one, Hakuna Matata, Hakuna, and you see their silhouette. I just yelled out loud with a lot of other people.
I think the old film holds up incredibly well. I've watched it over and over again in part of the process of making this, and so we also had to differentiate ourselves from that and not feel redundant with an animated remake. And I think the techniques that we used here, although many of the same techniques as far as using artists to create environments and animators to create the performances, We really efforted to give it a live-action feel so that it could sit against the catalog of other live-action Disney remakes of animated classics.
I think I understand the Circle of Life a little more now that I have my own family, and I think it's a special thing to be able to watch it with a child and see it through their eyes. I think that's part of getting older a little bit. You have your own thing, and they feel so massive, and then you get big, and then you get to see it through them, and then you're like, I feel like watching this movie with my son. I was like, man, this must feel so huge.
We were really given a lot of range to create a new kind of type of dynamic in some ways, and a new style of comedy for the characters to have. I think what we both kind of tried to focus on was like a little bit more of like a conversational style, and like to make it just feel as like naturalistic as possible, like two people interacting, you know. And I think that was, and the fact that we were actually able to do it together was again a very nice opportunity, and I think that's what I was really appreciated when I saw the movie, was how it felt like incredibly naturalistic and genuinely funny.
You must take your place in the circle of life.
Check out MovieShowPlus.com to watch this episode online, and for exclusive content, extended interviews with Greg Russell, and a complete archive of movie reviews with Tom Santilli. Also, make sure to like and follow us on social media and on our Movie Show Plus YouTube channel.
Being empowered starts with getting informed, looking closer. 1 in 8 women will be diagnosed with breast cancer in her lifetime. But many of us don't know there are different types of breast cancer with different characteristics. That was me. Learning about the specifics of my diagnosis gave me the confidence to make informed treatment decisions with my doctor. This meant everything to me and my family. So take another look. Ask another question. Learn more at notonetype.org.
Zippity-dee-dah, zippity-yay. My, oh my, what a wonderful day. Plenty of sunshine heading my way. Zippity-dee-dah, zippity-yay.
Lots of new movies opening this weekend. Let's get to it. The old saying is that there are no new ideas in Hollywood. And judging by the blockbuster movie landscape over the past decade, there's a lot of truth to that. But the idea of the remake is not a new phenomenon. Movies at large have been remade since the medium's inception. With Disney movies in general, this has been a part of the company's DNA from the get-go. Just because you watched The Little Mermaid as a kid in the late 80s, early 90s, and it imprinted you forever, doesn't erase the fact that it was actually based on an 1837 fairy tale by Hans Christian Andersen. Just because Robin Williams blew you away with his performance as the genie in Disney's 1992 version of Aladdin doesn't mean that it hasn't been around for centuries, and that it wasn't even the first animated version of the story. That would be the 1926 animated feature, The Adventures of Prince Ahmed. And just because you cling to Disney's animated 1994 classic, The Lion King, and its quote-unquote originality, doesn't mean that it isn't basically the story of Shakespeare's Hamlet, and that it, again, quote-unquote, borrows heavily from the Japanese anime series called Kimba the White Lion. If you don't believe me, I won't spend time on it here, but there is an entire YouTube video dedicated to the similarities that I suggest you check out. Yes, classic stories from all over the world have been getting Disneyfied for decades. It's simply the way the game has been played, whether we've all been aware of it or not. The point is, those that have been criticizing Disney's new photorealistic computer-animated version of The Lion King have been standing on a soapbox the size of Pride Rock, decrying how it doesn't hold up to the 1994 quote-unquote original, and lambasting Disney as a whole for the blatant money grabbing in the wake of their latest onslaught of remakes. It's an argument that lands as more of a whimper than a roar. That lengthy preamble leads me to this. I absolutely loved the newest The Lion King movie, despite the criticism that's come out against it. And if there is one point that I completely, totally, and absolutely 100% agree with the Lion King haters on is that, other than the obvious truth that it will make the studio millions and millions of dollars, I don't really see the point in why Disney is remaking their entire animated feature film library. But those looking for a point to these remakes are, well, missing the point. Like the sun rolling high in the sapphire sky, these remakes are happening, and they're going to continue to happen. Call it the circle of profit. So there's a choice that we face when watching The Lion King. We can either let our blood boil about the unoriginality and the inherent blasphemy of messing with the classics, or we can try to take each new film, as difficult as it may be, at face value, and realize that there is something to be said about a new generation getting introduced to timeless stories in new and exciting ways. If you choose the blood-boiling route, then why even watch the film in the first place? Clearly your mind has already been made up. The other major criticism I've heard has been with the animation style itself. On this, I respect everybody's tastes and opinions, but for me personally, I was absolutely blown away by the realism depicted in Jon Favreau's new film, a process that shares technical similarities to both traditional animation and traditional live action. Is the animated 1994 version the better film? Perhaps. Is the new Lion King worth your time? 1,000 times yes. Yes, it is possible to both love the new Lion King and wonder why they didn't leave well enough alone. But if Disney is going to continue to remake all of their classics, and they are, this is how it should be done, with reverence and a strong sense of what made the last generation fall in love with the thing in the first place. The Lion King remake for me should be considered the pride of Disney, and I give it an A-. There are a few other films opening up in theaters this weekend, like The Art of Self-Defense, starring Jesse Eisenberg, and the superhero comedy Supervised, starring Tom Berenger, Beau Bridges, and Louis Gossett Jr. Check out our website, movieshowplus.com, for reviews of these films. For more detailed reviews of these and other movies, please check me out on Rotten Tomatoes. You can go to the site, search the critics list to find Tom Santilli, and you can scroll through all of my recent and not-so-recent reviews. Another good way to find my stuff is to follow me on Twitter, @TomSantilli, or go to the website, movieshowplus.com.
have excellent news. The matchmaker has found you an auspicious match.
It is decided. Come and sit down. It is what is best for our family.
Yes, I will bring honor to us all.
Quiet. Composed. Graceful. Disciplined. These are the qualities we see in a good wife. These are the qualities we see in Mulan.
It is my duty to fight.
Throughout time, our people robbed, lied, and killed. Until one day, we found ourselves noblemen. But that nobility never came from chivalry. It came from being tough and ruthless. Real power is not found running off to war. Real power lies in understanding who it is you're truly fighting. And how they can be defeated. I know you want to fight, but there are other ways of doing your duty. Come on.
A Dream Limousine continues to be Metro Detroit's finest luxury transportation service. 734-542-6800. Offering late model luxury SUVs to brand new party buses that seat up to 34 passengers. 734-542-6800. Including the one-of-a-kind Escalade Stretch with the exciting jet door. Call 734-542-6800. That's 734-542-6800. A Dream Limousine.
People ask me all the time, what is Secret Cinema? It started in 2012 and has grown. It's a program that occurs every month, at least twice a month. It's a classic film series, but the twist is you won't know what the movie is until the lights go down. We have a host who gives hints about the film prior to it starting and then tells you more about it and conducts a Q&A after the film. The host is someone who is passionate about film and/or might work in the industry. It's a great way to see a film you've never seen before, or to see one again with an audience and find out interesting tidbits you may not know. A ticket is only $6 and includes a popcorn if you buy something to drink. So there's different variations of secret cinema. There's Old Hollywood, which we designate as 1967 or earlier. And then there's New Hollywood, which is 1968 to the present. Old Hollywood is the first Thursday of the month, and New Hollywood is the third Thursday of the month. And when a fifth Thursday occurs, because our people who like to come to secret cinema are missing it, we have another one. It's called The Long Ones. And we choose a film that's over 2.5 hours long, because normally we won't show a film that long because of the Q&A. On the Long Ones night, we do not have a host.
We're introduced about 3 years ago by friends that attend Secret Cinema. We did not know about it, which I apologize for. We've been coming ever since, almost every one. I think we've been to about 100 of them. We are never, ever, ever bothered by the fact that we don't know the title or that we didn't guess by the clue. It's just a wonderful, fun, we don't, New Hollywood, Old Hollywood, and then the presenters and the discussion afterwards, which ranges from technical to theatrical to the business and to political. So just a fun all around, and the price can't be beat.
How often do you come to Secret Cinema?
Every month.
Really?
I do, yes.
Why do you come here every month?
I just love seeing all the great films on the big screen, meeting up with new friends, and seeing new films. It just excites me a lot. 1, 2, 3 with James Cagney. Never heard of it. Saw it for the first time, and I laughed my butt off.
For me, I don't care about the clues about the movie, because I always say it's like opening a Christmas present. Like, you just don't know what it is.
We've been coming for the last couple years, and it's gotten so much more popular. It used to be maybe 20, 25 people. Now it's up to sometimes 200. We're married, but our husbands are not that interested in movies, and
So they just let us.
movie buddies.
Girls' night out.
It's a girls' night out. But seeing it on the big screen, and also having all that information and the clues, and then afterwards all the backstories.
I love the discussion afterwards. It really,
that makes it. You see people walking out like, no, that's the best part.
For more information or to buy tickets to Secret Cinema, please visit themapletheater.com.
Look closer. He lives in you.
Lion King was a story that people knew intimately.
Simba.
The reason The Lion King has endured is because the inspiration that we're getting from it is universal.
It's a story that remains true to everybody.
The songs were amazing. Just felt like everything you want from a Disney movie.
Getting to relive it in a new way is really exciting.
What's the motto?
Nothing. What's the motto with you? Nice! Boom!
I'm entering into Lion King, inheriting all that I learned on Jungle Book. There was a tremendous opportunity to retell the story using a new set of tools and a new technology.
John just seems to have it all there. It's really impressive how he just sort of holds that all together.
I really admire the vast array of talent that's been assembled for this film. It's a privilege to be counted among these actors.
Dad, let me come. I can help.
No, son, you stay with the other cubs.
And then the music, there was such a rich tradition surrounding the songs that Hans and Elton and Tim Rice and now Pharrell worked on. Also, it's nice to have actors who are both the performers and the singers. You have Beyonce and Donald. They present something totally new and exciting.
You have to take your place as king.
These are real musicians bringing their creative voices to this.
Hakuna Matata. Hakuna Matata. Hakuna.
It's our problem-free philosophy. Hakuna Matata.
You guys sounded great. This has been a really incredible experience. I've never seen anything made this way before. That level of care where everybody knows how much it means and everybody's that invested.
Seeing you again, you don't know what this will mean to everyone.
I love the idea of audiences rediscovering something. You know that it's going to be very compelling and exciting.
We wanted to capture what people's memory was of this with both the music and the imagery. And I think when you could capture the spirit but show them something new and surprising, it's sort of the best combo.
It is time.
Check out MovieShowPlus.com to watch this episode online, and for exclusive content, extended interviews with Greg Russell, and a complete archive of movie reviews with Tom Santilli. Also, make sure to like and follow us on social media and on our Movie Show Plus YouTube channel. Next time on Movie Show Plus.
In this town, that can all change like that.
Hey! You're Rick Dalton. Don't you forget it.
Any and all views and or opinions expressed by me, Tom Santilli, are fully my own and do not necessarily reflect the views and or opinions of Movie Show Plus, any other critic on this show, or anybody else associated with this program.